Hi guys, hope you're all doing good. I'm here today to share with you another design team project for KraftSupplies4u for the month of April. And so you guys are seeing here the project that I did. I love making things like for decoration, like hanging on the wall and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just really like making those things. So I decided, of course, to do another one. And so how I came about with this was I actually had this really thick piece of like a chipboard, and I don't know, probably like 4 years ago, maybe. I had taken one piece out of my steampunk debutante paper because I was gonna work on, I was gonna make a mini or something, and so I put, this piece down, that's what this paper is from, and I could not bring myself to use any more of that paper because I was in love with it. And so I actually just took this piece of chipboard and I set it aside because I wasn't gonna, just toss it or something because I was in love with the paper. But I knew at some point I wanted to make a project with it. So I've had it in my stash, like I said, probably for like 4 years at least. Just sitting. I have these what do you call it? Like storage boxes that you put stuff in, whatever, the bins. And so I have like 3 of those of things I keep that I want to alter. So this little piece here had been in there for a while, and finally I was like, you know what, I am going to do something with that, because I've been wanting to go through things, use things that I've had sitting around for a while and whatnot. So finally I brought this piece out and created this little wall hanging here. And I don't know, when I first saw the steampunk debutante paper, I was like in love with it. And of course this is, a really pretty page from it. So, and it was just some, like I said, some really thick chipboard that I had in my stash. So, the first thing I did for this was I went around the edge, this trim right here, I went around all 4 edges with it, so it kind of gave it like a little frame. So I went all the way around with it, and then on the sides and the top, I used this cream color braided trim here, kind of just to give it another layer of something, to give it some more dimension. So I went all the way around with that, and then for the bottom one, I went across the bottom all the way with this trim right here, and all these are from the shop, if you guys like them. So I went across the bottom with this one, which is real pretty. And then, let's see, the next thing I did was I knew I wanted to have like a cluster here. And I didn't just want to use flowers that I use a lot. I wanted to do, like I mentioned, using things that I've had sitting around in my stuff for a while. So I had a bunch of these like latex flowers and parchment flowers that are from the shop, and I had gotten these in different design team packages like last year, and of course I save everything, so I've kind of had them sitting there for a little while, and so finally I'm like, I'm gonna go back into that freaking stash and use some of those flowers. So like this one, that one, those are some of the parchment flowers. And then this one, and this one are some of the latex flowers. And I know there still are some of those flowers in the shop. They do come like in a bunch, but when I receive them, I cut them apart because I always like to make my own designs. So I had cut them apart, and I saved even like the little curly thingies. So you can see I added some of those in, and I saved everything, the leaves, all that stuff. So I just went through and looked at colors I thought would look good together. And so I actually started with this flower right here. I laid that down and I just kind of went from there. And then if you can see through here, I tucked some pieces of this trim right here. I had cut it, and I had like here, 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 and here. I just tucked it in to the cluster as I went, because I just thought it looked really pretty that way, and it kind of brings more of the trim into the cluster. And I Actually, yeah, I tucked some here, over here, and then down here as well. And then like this one, and this one are paper flowers from the shop. And then this one is just one from my stash. So that's how I made this cluster. And then this metal piece is also from the shop, and it comes with four corners. I actually cut the one that would be right here so that it would tuck in better. And then, like I said, I never waste anything, because I tell you guys that all the time. I save everything. And so, some people might have just tossed that, but I was like, no, I'm going to put it somewhere else. So I actually ended up gluing that one extra piece down here at the bottom. And there's another little piece that I had tucked in. So you can see it looks like it's supposed to be there, like it wasn't cut or anything. And then it still ties in with that piece. So that's the cluster on this side. And then I wanted to have another little something on this corner here. So what I did was I took another one of those like latex flowers. I put that down, cut some more of the lace, and glued it down to have it sticking out as well. And then I added some more of these brown roses. There's two here, and then there's one right there. And then on top of that, I took a leaf, glued it down, and then added another one of the curly thingies. And then I added this little metal key that's been in my stash for a while. That's also from the shop. All this stuff is from the shop. And then I added two of these little butterfly wood veneers that were just from my shop, because I just wanted to add a little something extra. And I thought the tone of them would, mesh well with the whole project all together. So I made a cluster, but, just a smaller one. I didn't want to have one that was as large. So that's what I did there. And then I just took some more of that trim, added a piece to the back like this to hang it. And then I don't like to leave anything unfinished, even if it's the back. So I just cut these little pieces. Actually, I didn't even cut these. These were left over from a project, and they were in my drawer here. So I just took one, glued it on top of the edge here and then here, so it looks nice and finished. So you can see it's pretty no matter which way you look at it. You don't see a bunch of unfinished edges and gross stuff. I always like to have everything all nice and neat. So I just hung it like that, and then it's easy to hang up for whoever has this. So I don't know, I think it came out super cute. I love like the vintagey kind of colors to it. I think it's real nice. And there's no pink. I know I use pink all the time, but I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. So this is the project that I did. Hopefully you guys like it. Let me know what you think. I always love reading your comments and seeing what you have to say. Yeah, so, and also again, I will have the links to the website shop and to the exhibit shop in the description box below, so make sure you guys go check those out. And I thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.